The power of silence.
Once upon a time, in a quiet village nestled between towering mountains, there lived a young woman named Leela. She was known for her radiant beauty, kindness, and one rare gift, the power of silence. Leela seldom spoke. Not because she couldn't, but because she chose not to. Her silence wasn't empty, it was full, brimming with unspoken thoughts and wisdom that flowed like a river beneath a calm surface. The villagers often wondered about her quietness, and some even pitied her, thinking she was lonely or sad. But Leela was far from either. One evening, a fierce storm blew through the village, breaking trees and tearing roofs from houses. The villagers rushed to rebuild and seek comfort, their voices rising in panic and frustration. But Leela remained calm. She moved through the village, silently helping where she could, her gentle presence soothing the people more than any words could. As the sun rose the next morning, the storm had passed, but tension lingered. Neighbors quarreled, blaming one another for the damage. As their anger escalated, Leela quietly stood in the center of the square. She didn't raise her hand to silence them, nor did she speak a word. Instead, she closed her eyes and stood still, as if inviting them into her calmness. Gradually, the shouting softened. People began to notice her serene figure, her silence wrapping around them like a comforting blanket. One by one, they quieted, their voices fading into the breeze that now only carried the soft rustling of leaves. Intrigued by her composure, the villagers asked, "Leela, why do you not speak in times like these? Don't you have something to say?" She looked at them with gentle eyes, her silence speaking volumes. And in that silence, they began to understand. Words, though powerful, can sometimes build walls instead of bridges. In silence, there is space to think, to breathe, and to listen. They saw in Leela's quietness the gift of reflection, a reminder that not every moment needs to be filled with noise. Over time, the village began to change. Whenever conflicts arose, instead of shouting, people took a moment to pause, to reflect in silence before reacting. They learned to listen not only to one another, but to the world around them, the wind, the birds, the flow of the river. And in that silence, they found peace. Leela never had to say a word. Her silence had taught them all they needed to know. In the stillness of that village, where the mountains echoed softly, the power of silence reigned, a power more profound than any spoken word could ever hold.